Hello and welcome to the College Disc Golf National Championships coverage by the Illini Disc Golf channel.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Dalton Hastings, and I'm joined by
Liam Kelly.
Here today, we have round 3 coverage of our D2 team, which you are a part of.
Yes, I am.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the course?
All right, so today we're playing Winthrop Lakefront. This is the toughest course we played in the tournament, probably. Coming into this round, we weren't playing amazing, but we weren't playing horribly. Our singles rounds went well. Our first doubles round was not ideal, but we're looking forward to this round, and we're looking to improve our standing.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
Awesome. Hole number 1 here. You guys are playing with Georgia Tech.
Yes, we are.
Awesome. So who's teeing off for you guys?
It's going to be Carter and Brendan.
Awesome. This is definitely one of the trickier holes, playing into a headwind all week. You got the OB water along the left side, and it's really just a 2-shot par 4. We have Carter here leading us off. Carter throws primarily Prodigy, so you'll see a lot of that out of his bag. Forehand's a great play for this, except if you turn it over a little too much.
Yeah, and you can't see it there, but it got down there. It was safe.
Okay.
So it wasn't the worst play in the world.
Yeah, weather looks good for you guys.
Oh,
out
it was
today.
beautiful. It was 60 degrees, just perfect.
Awesome. Here's Brennan. Both have very good forehands.
Yeah, I would agree.
Forehand's definitely the best placement play, but backhand can get you, or has the potential to get you more
Oh, for
distance.
sure. And Brendan turned that over a little bit, but also safe. It was a little better position than Carter's. I think we take Brendan's there.
Awesome. Sounds awesome. All right, so we have Max from Georgia Tech here, also going forehand.
Max
How were the vibes on today's card?
It was amazing.
Nice people over there?
Max, great guy.
Awesome. I love to
Great
hear
guy.
that. Wow.
And he turned that over a little bit. It was just a little unfortunate.
William here, also going 4 forehands. That's interesting to see. You know, Dan and Trevor for us threw 2 backhands.
That's
so
wild. That's insane.
Completely different play. That one actually looks great, too.
Yep. Yeah, that one was a great position play right there.
Yeah, the approach here can be a little bit tricky, but I mean, you can see the basket down there. That one tree kind of blocks a lot of the forehand hyzer, so you really got to do more of a flip-up straight play. But that looks like a good layup.
Yeah, this one got out to about 60 feet, I would say.
Oh, that's not bad. So they're probably going to go more aggressive here. Yeah. And that whole path's OB, so if you're over there, you know, it's kind of just normal OB rules apply there. Oh, wow, very aggressive.
And this was a really nice shot, I have to say. It
Oh,
almost
that
hit
one
that
car.
car.
I was going to say that car is coming in at a bad time. Great shot. Wow. Avery here. Ooh, just a little low. Little worm burner. Oh, still going. Oh, no.
No, this safe. Yeah.
That's safe.
It was. It
Oh,
was.
wow.
That's all we can hope for there.
What are you throwing here?
I threw my Avenger SS, which you're going to laugh at me for. I know Dalton's not a fan of that disc, but it got us to about 40 feet here.
Yeah.
So no complaints there.
Good noodle arm there. Love to see
Oh,
it.
thank you.
Yeah. Forehand approach.
Yeah, Brendan just sent in a little forehand approach
That's
here.
a great shot, though.
Oh, it was really
Let's
nice.
Carter approach or give it a little jump putt bid. I love his jump putt, the little twinkle toes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, good
And he
bid,
really
too.
almost canned that one, too.
Yeah. That's a tough. Oh, wow. That was a lot higher than I thought it was going to be.
Honestly, though,
But
not
perfect.
bad at all.
Wow, he's throwing lawn darts out there. I love the bucket hat.
Oh, it's a great,
Oh, my
great
goodness.
hat.
He does the same thing.
Yep.
Oh.
Just a little left, a little short, but
So traditionally, this is, I don't know what number USDGC hole this is, but it's the iconic par 5 where you throw it to the basket that we're actually playing to next, which you can tell us a little bit about.
yeah. So I teed off here. This is Avery right here. He does a massive hyzer, and this might be the best shot of the day. It got us to about 40 feet
That's crazy.
on straight hyzer, and it was ridiculous.
This hole plays so much harder when the wind is the other direction. With the rights-left helping wind, it's so much easier. And then when he plays into a headwind, man, it's hard.
And I'm just throwing a destroyer there. I don't juice it enough. I just leave it a little short. It does stay in bounds, but
Barely. Wow.
we take Avery's here. It's
Yeah.
a lot closer, honestly.
Yeah, that hyzer play definitely takes the danger out of it, and we are not playing the USDGC Mando, which they usually play on the par 5, which I think is important to note. But the hyzer is definitely the safe play. But when the wind's coming left to right off the water, which it usually does, man, that hyzer goes nowhere.
Yep. And this one just a little bit inside. It's gonna
Ultra
get caught up
safe.
in those trees, and honestly, it's OB.
Yeah. There's OB lining those trees as well, so you can't just hug them too tight. This approach is so dangerous
It's so
and touchy.
scary.
I think that's a good up, but like you want to be close for this one.
Yeah. It leaves a lot to be desired, honestly.
Oh, same thing, just a
This
little
right here,
early.
Yeah. And this one rolled down. It got a really unfortunate roll.
Oh, really? That goes
Yeah,
OB?
I believe it did.
Wow, that was so slow.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome. So is Carter running this one, or is he laying
Carter is doing a little soft run here, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe he's
Okay.
just
No
laying
jump.
that up. But not a bad play.
Interesting.
And it leaves Brendan to run this a little bit.
I like that play.
And
I
we
love Brendan's putt.
have been loving Brendan's putt this entire
It's
week.
sat the entire
It did
time.
sit.
That's awesome. They're both putting. Actually, I think everyone on your team putts with PA3s except you.
For me, yeah, I putt with P2s.
Good putt there.
It was a great putt.
There you go. Good bid.
Yeah.
Hole 3. This is a traditional USDGC hole. The beach hole, famous one. OB line the right side. And there's also OB early left, which I think Brendan finds.
just hit that.
Yeah, the water's really easy to see.
Now watch for Carter here. This is a beauty.
He went higher.
Yes, he did.
Oh, very nice.
And he
Full
snuck
flex.
around those trees and just fades in a little bit. Leave
Very
us about
nice.
40-footer, 35-footer.
Yeah, probably right near the drop zone, if I had to imagine. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't.
This is
I'm
probably
not,
a layup play.
100%. And I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about that play. I don't love that it puts that tree into play.
Yeah, no, it definitely brings bogey into play. Ooh, a little yanked.
Yeah, a little bit. This
This
I don't
hole
think
is
this
tough.
ever finds its legs to get back in bounds.
Yeah, so the OB isn't all along the whole right side. It kind of just comes in later, but it looks like a zone approach. Very
And
nice.
that's a great little approach. Stays in bounds.
This hole's actually way harder than it looks because Carter went high, but you can't park it if you go high. You really got to throw that low penetrating line drive shot.
And this one just skips right up to the basket. It's really nice.
Oh, here you go. That's a nice P2 you got there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Wonder who
I
gave you
wonder-
that. Oh!
Yeah.
That's a lot of shades.
That one was
That's a proper reaction.
quite unfortunate.
Good bid. Avery here. At least that stayed in bounds.
Yeah, and we're going to see the same from Avery right there. It's
You know, you
unfortunate.
prefaced this with saying you guys did not putt well, but so far, those are two really good putts
It
from 40
was
feet.
something. This is a little slip on the tee pad, I must say.
Oh.
Yeah, so not my best shot, but
Is that a layup?
I did not
That's
miss the
kind of a
Mando.
perfect layup.
And it was a great layup shot.
I love the facial reactions. Oh, wow. This hole is awesome to watch. Obviously, the famous bamboo hole.
Yep, and Avery just turns that over a little bit. He's not happy with it, doing a little bongos on the head, but what can you do?
This
you know?
is so much more entertaining to watch than our coverage.
Oh,
'cause
I 100% agree.
our reactions are a lot more non-PG than your guys's.
I
but-
think Andy just never gets the angle.
Yeah.
A little bit of an early release maybe, but
Also a tough win because it was like pure right to left tail.
Oh, yeah.
Really hard to get anything through the gate.
yeah, you can see the flag waving out there.
Yeah. We
Not
also
an
didn't
easy
get a lot
win.
of practice on this hole, so I mean, I was always throwing backhands, and the last day I almost considered a forehand, but if you don't
Yep.
practice it, you don't even try it. Ooh, good little bid there.
Very good bid.
These guys are pretty proficient forehand and backhand.
They are.
Just
That's
not
just
high.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's Brennan.
And Brendan just with a nice little layup.
There
It's
you
just
go.
5
Let's
feet.
Carter do something fun.
Carter is looking for something fun here.
The ultimate background coming into play.
And he had a little throw in like this in another round. He
Oh,
just
wow.
gets a little too high and just
Yeah.
can't find
I think
it.
that's a Legacy Hunter he throws.
I
for
believe
those
so. I
shots.
believe so.
Very cool disc.
I have never seen anyone else throw it except Carter.
Yeah. They're, I think they're just kind of like, honestly, P2-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
A little more of a stable. Hole 5 here. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
It's long,
Yeah.
especially for us B-teamers. Carter sends one out there a little bit too high.
Yeah.
And
It's definitely there is no getting, like, even if you attack this hole, your position's not going to be that much better.
Yeah. And Brendan just
Ooh.
sends one straight out there and just does not flip up enough for him.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I think, I'm
hinged
surprised
left.
he didn't go the hyzer play with that.
Yeah. But you can see we don't even have the distance to get there, so it's all
Yeah.
right.
The approach into the green is very technical and tough, and you definitely
100%.
want to be up there.
And this one, I believe, kicked down from a tree and stayed in
nice.
bounds somehow.
OB lining the left side, Hazard lining the right side.
This is a nice shot.
Ooh, this looks
This is
very
more
good.
what we wanted.
The aggressive play is definitely that flex shot up the middle.
100%.
Avery here, that looks like his Halo Beast.
Yep.
Oh,
And this
wow.
one, we lost it a little bit. Hits that fence. Sits, stays in bounds.
That's-
real nice shot.
That's an easy par.
Yep.
This approach is definitely a forehand if you
And
have
that one,
it.
I just don't turn it over and get a little too high.
I have to be honest, I did the same thing when we played our round. It's so hard to throw a hyzer flip forehand with a low ceiling. The camera does not do the angles justice. Ooh, that's
And this one ends up, if you saw where my shot landed, 2 feet from it.
really.
Yeah.
Oh wow, their drive was that much closer, huh? Because
Yeah.
that looked way more sawed off than yours.
And this one,
Aggressive.
yeah, very aggressive roller play. Ends up pretty much the same, as you can see.
Yeah, you really got to push that back wall on the left side. There is a Mando, so you can't go over the field.
And they both went overhand here.
That is extremely aggressive.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd be very scared of losing a disc on that baseball field.
I'd be
'cause it
worried about the
wasn't-
baseball field and the Mando.
Yeah. Wow. Very
So-
picturesque hole as
Oh,
well.
100%.
Brendan
sends one up
here.
here.
Nice little forehand.
Yep.
We had a very similar shot.
Yeah. This one does not get as close as you would hope.
Really?
Yeah. And Carter's here.
It looks like
Gets
the A3.
great. and
No, please
rolls
sit. Please
behind the
sit.
bush.
That's kind of a theme out here is, it's really open, but they try to incorporate as much woods as they can, and then also the rollways are very prevalent.
Yes, they are. And that's just a nice little
And
layout
we're about
there.
to see the hazards of hell, as I like to call them, coming up. Wow. Good bids by them. Here you are, lining this one up. What is this, about the circle's edge?
No, this is about 20 maybe, 15.
Oh, don't say
And
that.
just not.
Oh, same thing as the other
right
hole.
chains, I just can't knock them down today.
At least you're hitting a lot of metal. Wow,
Avery
Avery
does
with the same thing.
It was very unfortunate.
Oh, Carter with the fake kick.
And
you gotta
almost
be
a little
careful
bit-
of the back.
Yeah.
That's almost a two-stroke penalty.
Oh, I know.
All right, well, you guys are only +1. That's not a bad bogey, but definitely one you want back. A little bit rough break there.
So Avery sent his destroyer out here, which I like this play. He just does not get it turned over enough.
It's a very aggressive disc for this hole.
Yeah.
Personally, the A team goes lay up with a forehand, and then I try to go aggressive here. What are you throwing?
I'm throwing my Undertaker directly into that tree. Unfortunately.
You didn't tell me about that earlier.
But yeah,
Was that in bounds?
Yes, we did not take that.
Okay.
We took Avery's out of bounds just for
how
much further it was.
Oh, that's got to cut roll a bit. So they did line the score, or the batters, with OB. So that probably came up pretty close.
Yeah.
And then there's a huge hazard area that kind of plays like water, honestly.
Yep.
You can see it; those rocks line it there.
And
This
he's
approach
going-
is way trickier than it looks.
Yeah, it's long.
The shorter your drive is, the shorter the green length is, and the
100%.
width is very wide. So the farther you get up, the more of an area you have to land.
Yep. And that shot right there did not make it.
Oh,
This
so
is
this
just
is
a
a
great
layup.
little layup shot.
Wow,
Right here.
I didn't even consider that.
I think he might just not have the distance there. And
That's fair. It's a
wants
far
to-
shot.
Yeah.
Here you have Brennan. Like, this is, you can see the wind. Definitely a left to right headwind, kind of looks like.
And Brendan, this looks great.
It does look very
it looks
good.
really nice.
No.
It just doesn't have the legs.
Oh, wow. The miss is long. There's also OB long in that bush back there, but that putt's way more makeable.
And I'll put you into the mind of Carter here. He decides that we all decide that it's just better to go OB long than to not have a
So
shot.
he just
so he
rips-
just rips it. And he honestly only found OB long by about a foot.
Wow.
So it wasn't the worst play, but we're OB long, and it's
That's
not
tough.
where you want to be.
Well, at least, so you're putting for bogey.
We're putting for bogey.
Wow,
which
that's a tough look.
It's not great.
Well, here they are. Ooh,
And that one just
little yanked.
yanked.
Actually, not a bad shot.
OB long.
Oh, really? Wow.
No, stayed right in bounds.
Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Wow.
My putt
Good
just,
bid.
It was all right.
You really told me that this was a bad putting round, but your putts have looked pretty solid so far.
You haven't seen another hole.
Oh, no. Avery? Oh,
Avery just a little short. If you combine our putts,
is this a double
it looks
bogey
great.
hole?
Unfortunately, it is.
Wow. So this putt's for double bogey.
Double bogey.
Okay, good
And
putt by
Carter knocks it down.
The salvage. And this is for their par?
This is for their par, I believe, yes.
Or did... Okay. Very nice. This hole 7, definitely one of the easier holes on the property.
100%.
That's OB.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately. Wind definitely plays a trick here. It's very hard. The OB kind of lines around the circle, but to the left it opens up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you go OB, the drop zone's about a 40-footer,
Something like that.
40-footer, maybe 38, straight. And then if you miss, you go downhill straight.
And Carter
This
sends a
looks
nice shot
great.
out here. Really nice shot. Just it doesn't fade enough. It's in bounds, just leaving us with about a 40-footer.
Headwind uphill.
Yep.
Not ideal.
Now,
Let's see if
Brendan-
Brent can put you closer.
Sends this one, it flips up perfectly, and just coasts in there to about, I want to say 15 feet, maybe inside.
Very nice.
Very nice.
This is definitely a hole you really want to get out here,
Oh, yeah.
but it can get away. Are they putting from the drop
They are
zone?
putting from the drop zone, I believe, yes.
Oh, no. You can see the drop zone is definitely a little bit higher than the right side of the green, so it's kind of death putty, especially in a singles round. But doubles...
But don't look too fast, because great putt right there.
Wow. Here you are.
Putting for birdie here. Yeah,
Ooh.
not my best bid. And I was frustrated with that one. Very,
Yeah.
very frustrated. And Avery hits the bank. It's not our finest moment, I must say.
Well, you tied them on that hole. That's all that matters.
Yep. Yeah.
This is the hazard of hell hole.
This is
hole
awful.
is... Wow. This played very hard for D1, and D2 it had to play hard.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
This hole might be awful, but that shot was beautiful.
That's a great layup. That's more of the
That's the
aggressive...
D2. That's the D2 layup right there.
The pro landing zone is so much more narrow than you would think it is.
Yeah.
So laying up there doesn't really bring birdie into play unless you have a great second shot, but it kind of guarantees a par.
Yep. And Avery sends this. He's trying to lay up there.
Does it go a little too long?
I believe it goes a little too long. It hits that rock, and I believe it's over.
Anything past a rock on this course is not usually bounds. What are you throwing here?
I'm throwing my Undertaker again.
Oh, I love it.
I'm trying to get some redemption here. And it's
dropped.
not bad. It's in that landing zone. It's inbound, so we're happy with that.
You did exactly what you wanted to do, which is what you like to see. This guy loves this watermelon time lapse.
His time lapse.
I was gonna say this is all he's been throwing.
Yep.
No way.
Yeah, it's real nice.
That's a great shot. A little short.
Believe it might be OB short.
Okay. At least it's a hazard, so they'll have a putt. But
yeah. I don't even know if he'll have a putt. It might be another layup in.
It's that far?
I believe so. We don't. The distance is a struggle for us. It really is.
That's a good backhand hyzer, but it kind of looks like it ends up in the same spot.
It's on top of that rock.
Really?
Out of bounds.
Oh no! Wow, you guys really.
And that is inbounds by about a millimeter.
So that's Avery's.
That's Avery's.
Okay. But you guys didn't know that. Oh, that looks.
And Brendan sends that short OB, I believe.
Wow. Carter going for a little bit more.
Carter's going for a lot more. He's going for the basket here.
Oh.
And that disc does not want to sit down, and it goes over.
So you guys knew Brennan was in the hazard.
Oh, yes.
And you sent Carter.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure on that one.
Yeah, we were kind of in
go for it mode.
Go for it mode.
That's true. This is round 3. Definitely want to get a bit more aggressive. Well, I like the Berg run here.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a bad bid, and it sat nicely.
Exactly. Okay. I was the layup man there. I was a little frustrated with my last putts. I wasn't trying to.
That's fair.
I wasn't trying to run anything there yet.
Avery giving it a better bit. Ooh,
and Avery's honestly real
clean.
Nice with those little 50-foot jump putts. So
that looked very nice. Brendan cleaning up your 5, I believe.
Yep.
Awesome. I think they're also cleaning up a 5.
I believe so. And not our finest hole.
This is a big crush of a hole. Why don't you tell us about it?
It's a huge crush. This is like maxing out anyone's distance on this card. And as you can see there, he just doesn't. The forehand, it's a great play. He just doesn't have the distance on that.
This is tricky because there is like a little hazard pocket on the right where those rocks are. Yep. And then if you crest the hill too fast, there's another hazard area up to the left.
Yep.
So landing it inside, parking this hole is almost impossible. Yep. And landing it near is very difficult as well.
Carter just flips this up a little bit.
This is a mistake you don't like to see just because it brings that hazard so much more into play. Did he find
that skips off the off the path into the OB. So
short of the path is in bounds, surprisingly. So
Brendan flips this up the flat really nicely, sends it out there, and he's going to be looking at about a 40-footer.
Okay, that's not bad. This isn't a bad look either.
Not at all. This was a great shot.
Ooh, get down. But you can really see the slope is very much in play. So the second you crest that hill, your disc can easily find that hazard long.
Yeah, and he hits the flag there.
So many flag hits this weekend. Yeah. It's kind of wild. Ooh,
Avery just a little too high there.
So are you the layup man now, or are you guys thinking just run it?
I think we're thinking just run it. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Got to be aggressive. Day 3. Not a bad bit.
So flippy out of the hand, though. It was just...
It's really hard to get clean putts in the wind, so I don't blame you there. Comebacker for par. Great putt. Yeah. This is definitely a hole that you kind of want to at least have a look on, but you're not too mad about this. Hole 10, USDGC hole. Downhill. We played this hole in a headwind. It kind of looks like you guys are playing more of a right to left.
Yeah.
In a headwind, this hole is impossible.
But
in the right to left, a little more accessible.
Yeah, I think we lucked out a little bit with the right to left. I'm not going to lie.
Ooh, this is a crushable forehand.
Oh, it has to be.
Is this a time lapse?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, really?
I think this might be a destroyer.
Interesting. That looks like the hazard, unfortunately. Yep. Oh, still rolling. What are you throwing here?
I'm throwing a nuke.
Okay, I like that play.
I thought I liked it, and it just flipped up on me. Very. It's usually not.
Oh, you threw that thing like 500, though.
It was a nice shot, distance-wise. It's about 20 feet into the hazard.
That's unfortunate. Avery here trying to find the inbounds.
And Avery is loving this disc that he's throwing.
Halo Beast?
His Halo Beast.
He was throwing it all over Westminster when I was walking with you guys. Wow, so he's closer than that?
Yes, he is.
Love to see it.
It was a very nice shot.
Elevating this basket just makes that green so much more treacherous.
It's impossible to run these.
I don't know if you can see, but it really starts to drop off the second you get over that sidewalk. So Brennan lays up, and that lets...
And that was a little bit of... That was a poor layup right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. It left us about 15, 20 feet.
Sorry, Carter lays up.
Carter laid up.
My bad.
And Brendan, he runs it, but...
It's a tough run.
Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Into a tailwind, not ideal. That's a good par.
It's very passable.
Yes.
Can't complain about the par.
Now we have 2 holes coming up that you kind of want to get.
For sure.
This is the iconic par 4 where they have the triple mando.
Yeah.
They kind of just shortened it into 2 separate holes.
Yeah.
So now you're just throwing like a 300-foot straight shot, which you think would be easy. But in wind, this hole gets tricky.
It really did.
Yeah.
And they just turned over both the shots into that tree.
Usually
very
playing a
understandable
left to right
mistake.
wing. Yeah.
Brendan looks great. It just
Oh,
late
it flipped
turn
the whole
and
way. You really, anything right into those bushes is no putt at all.
Carter just sent it a little bit too high.
It did just kick straight down.
Yep.
Unfortunate. 2 approach shots from you guys here.
Yeah.
Let's see if you guys get a little aggressive with it.
And this was
that looks money.
beautiful.
Just beats that tree.
This was
skips
an
up.
absolutely amazing shot.
That's awesome. It's nice to guarantee a par after,
Oh, yeah.
especially after a bad drive. Oh, it's got a fade.
Luckily,
not
they got
bad
the one
either.
about
Yeah.
3 feet from the basket.
There
so
are
it's
a
not
lot
bad.
more lines in the left side of this rough, I will
Oh, for
say.
sure. I'm throwing my Berg here, just trying to get some of the stick, and
It's stuck.
it was pretty good. I think it is under the koozie.
Ooh, love to see that. Bergs do that.
Yes, they do.
Avery looking like that zone.
Yeah, he just a little too much in. actually.
Yeah.
A little too much flex.
Probably trying to give a little bit of a run. Oh, good tap out by them. This hole. So if you can't see it, that gap is probably about 10 feet off, and it is very difficult to get to the basket with that wide hyzer play.
I'd agree.
That basket is tucked in there.
Yes, it is. And he's going with a
Glitch.
and it
Oh,
is
he pured it.
beautiful. It is
Wow.
a really nice shot.
So if you go through that middle gap, you can throw a straight shot and have a very good look.
Oh, yeah.
But
And I'm throwing my Firebird here.
are you going up the middle?
I'm going right up the middle.
Oh, I love to see that. That's my play as well, and I think that's a great idea. Wow, you pured it.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. It left us about 25 long.
Oh, you crushed that.
Yeah, it was
nice
nice.
shot.
Thank
Very
you, thank
nice.
you.
Avery doing the same thing, or is he going wide?
Avery is going up the middle.
Ah, it happens.
He said he was going up the middle.
I missed that gap. So it's not an easy gap to hit.
And Avery bought that Raptor maybe 10 minutes before round. So, he
He's
had to
really
dial
learning
in.
it. You were fine. Oh, wow.
this is
You're
our putt.
really long.
Yeah.
Short is a little bit better of a miss,
100%.
but you can throw it about 100 miles an hour into those trees and you'll get stopped
Yeah.
eventually. Brennan here from a knee.
And that
Oh,
looked
that looks
great
so
without that
good.
branch.
Brennan is such a good putter.
Yeah, he is. He was beating himself up over that one. I'm not going to lie.
That's tough. I
It
mean,
was-
he gave it the height, he gave it the
Exactly.
bid. So moving on to hole 13 now. This is also USDGC hole.
Yes, it is.
This is probably one of the more fun holes to play,
100%.
but very bogeyable.
Very.
So hazard line's the right side, just like it did for hole 5, and then there's also hazard left,
Yep.
which that's got to turn, otherwise it's
Yeah.
going to find that.
Yeah,
It
did
does find that.
high.
Yeah,
It found
that's
hazard.
unfortunate. So very
Carter is
specific.
going for a big turnover here, and he just does not get the disc flipped up enough.
That's a
He-
surprising play by him.
2 times in practice, he hit that
Really?
perfectly. And he was feeling real good about it. It didn't pan out.
Wind was definitely different than the practice. round.
100%.
Hanging it over hazard the whole way is nuts.
Yeah.
That's a good. I mean, that's a good safe shot
It
because
was
this
fun.
is, you have a good 200 feet or maybe 150 for the upshot. You love that bird. Huh?
I'm channeling my inner Matt Lauer with that.
I love that.
I really am.
Love to see it.
And Avery just, it's understandable. Just a little bit of flex on that, and it just
You put it so close, you can't put it much
exactly.
closer.
And he's got his glitch here.
Wow.
He's been throwing this nicely, I must
So
say.
the battle of Berg versus Glitch, it looks like. Wow. Let's play ultimate. That looks some like pretty ultimate-y form.
Seriously. And I think the glitch won this round. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was a little closer.
I love the bucket hats by these guys. They look very clean.
It's fashionable. I feel like we got to get some of those.
They had a couple in the pro shop, and
yeah.
did you see Liberty University pull up with
Yes,
a team of bucket
that
hat
was-
wearers? That was awesome. What a putt by Carter.
Very nice. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, infamous island hole.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that looks safe.
I believe it was.
Wow. So when they say the long walk to hole 14
Oh, it's
or
a long
hole
walk.
17 when they play USDGC, it's a hike.
It might be
Quarter mile.
something like that.
You're walking down a road, there are cars coming at you. It's
and
tough.
you're in the middle of a round, and you do not want to be walking.
No, and the wind is so swirly on this green. It is incredible. You can see the flag going left to right, but the water's moving right to left.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's going on.
And I'm throwing a zone here.
Ooh, just a little flipped over?
Yeah.
Is that in the basket?
It could have been.
Wow. Did that stay in bounds?
No.
Oh, no.
Very unfortunately, it goes out of bounds.
Did he just jump
Avery
on
just
a-
jump putt to the drop zone, and
Oh, no.
that's a miss.
Oh, no. Was
Might
that
wanna look
Brennan
away
or
for
that
the
was
next
Carter?
shot. You might want to look away for the next shot.
Oh, no. Do you...
That's a miss.
So you guys
So we're
laid up.
shooting from the same shot for a 4 right here.
No, don't... Wait, you would... Oh, because you didn't go OB. Oh,
Yeah.
so you don't even get to go to the next drop
Oh, no,
zone,
we
which
do
is
not.
on the island.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You know, that play sounded so smart in practice, but in like actual
And Avery
the
skips
round.
OB there.
Oh no.
Yeah, but mine was inbounds.
Okay. very
Left
nice.
us about 35, maybe 40.
So they got a birdie putt.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Wow, very nice.
That's a great layup right there. That's allowing him to just
Very
go
easy
at
to
it.
go OB over the hay bales or OB into the water with that headwind.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with any sort of spinny putt. It's got to get down.
And even with that
Wow.
height, he manages to stay in.
That's incredible.
And Carter with a great putt here.
That is a great double
Yeah.
bogey save.
No, it was real nice.
Yeah. So this is hole 18 USDGC, but
Yeah.
hole 15 for us. This hole is so much harder than it looks like on camera.
It's impossible. I don't know how they birdie.
I admire people who birdie this hole because the layup is not easy, and the second shot is almost impossible to have flat footing.
Yeah.
And then wind also just adds another element to this hole that is
Yeah.
just so much more difficult.
Brendan's going Mako 3 here.
I kind of like. Is this
I
the
like
one
this
he
play.
just got
It
from
might
the
be.
player pack?
And it might be the one that
sticker.
he no longer has.
Oh no! Oh no! So we got these moonshine.
Yeah,
Mako
moon
threes,
dust, something like that.
something.
Carter,
This is
here's
a heck
this
of
line.
a drive.
It is great. It puts us into flat footing with just a hyzer shot in.
That's an incredible shot, especially after watching your partner go OB.
Yeah.
Another approach that is very difficult, lined OB, the whole
yeah.
right side and the left side along the tree lines. The best shot is kind of looks sawed off.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can do it for us. That
And
looks
he just
a little
leaves it a little
too
bit
sawed
inside.
off. Yeah. Definitely playing down to that elevated basket.
Oh, yeah.
Anything left can easily go OB.
Yeah, and I'm throwing my destroyer here.
Oh, really? So you're
Yeah.
really trying to get the skip.
And it finds a real nice place to
Really?
nestle. It's about,
That looks like a great shot.
it's a little outside circle.
Okay.
It leaves us a birdie putt, which is
A
all you
birdie
can
putt
ask
on this
for.
hole is really you're gaining strokes on the field if you can
Yeah.
birdie this one. A little
And
too
Avery,
straight.
this could have been really nice with that skip. It just skips into a rock and stays
oh
OB.
my goodness. That's one thing about the rocks out here. They'll keep you from having good shots.
Yes, they will.
He's been loving that Halo Beast.
Yeah.
But
This
you
one-
didn't need a destroyer there for distance. You just
No,
went for
no.
the skip, right?
It was for the skip.
Okay,
It was for
awesome.
the skip.
Yeah.
I was just kind of sending that.
I just want people to know that you're
Yeah,
you're not that big a noodle.
I might be, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll work on it.
That was pretty good by them too.
Oh, it was very
So
nice.
this is your birdie
This is our
putt.
birdie putt.
Okay. Ooh. Riding on the pole just low.
Yeah.
Saying something there. Double run. Wow.
And just
Yeah, so the second it goes over those rocks, it's a tricky putt.
Yeah.
It's a fast path to the water down
100%.
there.
Luckily, we got Carter's just easy.
Oh, that's a great putt by them.
That was
Is
a
that a
great
par
putt.
save?
That was, I believe, a par save.
Wow,
yes.
great. So you guys par as well, a little more stress-free. Hole 16?
Hole 16.
Number 1 at USDGC normally.
Yeah.
This hole is so much more downhill than anyone realizes.
Yeah.
It is
It
so
looks
hard
so
to have
flat on
distance
camera.
control. It does.
And it is
Not.
no. It's probably a good 20 feet of elevation loss at least.
Yeah. So double Mando, that log gets in the way a lot. There's a
Yeah.
low ceiling. But into a headwind, this is really hard to control that straight
For
angle.
sure. And
So
Avery and I are both going buzz here. We're just trying to send something straight out there.
I love that play. He just threw it a little high,
A
looks
little bit.
turned.
Yeah. It trickles down maybe a 60, 70 footer.
Ooh. Down to the right, there is definitely some space out there, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Allows you to get a little bit more aggressive with
Yeah.
it.
And this is just,
Ooh.
it never had a chance.
Little
It was-
fluff piece.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't too bad.
It's not awful. I think it's a little further than it looks on camera. I have to say.
Oh, my
Brendan almost
goodness.
cans it. Brendan almost cans it.
That's a
it
fantastic
was
putt
a
by
great
Brennan.
bid. A really great bid.
Hard,
It
about
might not
the
be as good as
same.
this one.
Oh, my God. He was
Yeah.
on fire.
It was a nice putting day for Carter.
First birdie of the round.
Yeah.
On hole 16.
Yeah, it was a tough go.
Wow. That's a great putt. That's not an easy hole to get.
No.
This
Carter
hole-
gets a really early skip here, and it still carries about 400.
That's insane.
It was-
This hole is also very difficult, playing definitely long. There's
Brendan just hits
OB.
that
There's a
first tree.
Mando on the left side by that parking lot that you really need to get around, obviously. And then, ooh, that's gonna cut roll left.
And they're going up the gut, as Dan Dravitt would say.
Yeah, so we definitely had some arguments about what up the gut means on this hole, because there are about 4 lines
Yeah.
you can take.
Yeah.
That is definitely a layup play
100%.
by him there. So you can see the Mando. I think they usually have the mozzarella sticks on this hole.
Yeah.
That's OB long,
That
I
is,
would imagine.
I think it was. I believe.
Okay. OB lining the right side, so definitely don't want to do that. And then that's
This one's
great
really
approach.
nice. This is just, this leaves them nothing.
Nice little forehand approach. There you are, lining
Yeah.
this one up.
You can see Carter skipped so early and got up to here, which
That's
is
incredible.
remarkable.
He's got some juice.
Yes, he does.
Stay up.
Yeah, I never gave it a chance. Too low, just nose down.
Might get Avery a chance to
Yeah.
get in there.
Avery
That
gives
was
it a
very
chance.
good.
Just a little bit right.
So Carter for the comebacker for par.
Yeah.
Looks like 2 pars on this hole.
Yeah.
That's usually typical, unless you don't have someone who throws a lot harder on this hole. So hole 18. Finishing your guys' round.
Yeah, and you're going to laugh at me because I threw that Avenger SS directly into those trees, just like you said I would.
Do you remember why I was telling you you shouldn't throw that on this hole?
I might have tuned it out.
Okay. Well, I knew that was a possibility.
Maybe. And Avery just really saws this one.
Ooh. So for pros, they play this as a par 4. For us, it kind of plays as a soft par 5.
Yeah.
But definitely 3 is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, 3's no joke.
Ooh, he looks like he's going Grace, which is a great distance driver, especially for this shot. Definitely better than the Avenger SS you threw.
Maybe.
Has more fight at the end of the life.
I've learned my lesson on the Avenger SS.
I mean, in practice we were throwing it with a tailwind, so I can see why you would throw it then. But this, I think the wind was definitely a little bit different.
It was a little headier.
Oh, 2 great shots from them.
Very nice. This one's a little straight.
Hurry up, hurry up. So there is a hazard area to the left that definitely punishes some good shots.
Yeah, and Avery found that hazard area. We just...
Oh, really?
No, he found a little before the hazard.
Okay, so that's probably OB then.
I believe so.
Oh, okay, unfortunate. But so you guys are just trying to lay up to the Mando, I imagine?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think Carter's going for it here, but
that's a
just
rip.
gets it a little bit too high. And a little bit
It's
inside.
so low ceiling. The best drives honestly land in front of that hazard area, but I mean, those are some of the max distance throwers in D1. So like the birdie in D2 is definitely getting some strokes.
For sure.
Especially those trees really coming into play on the right side.
And I think here he's just trying to not hit those trees. He's just trying to go a little
get you guys
wide.
get his partners a birdie look.
Yep.
Ooh,
and he might leave it a little wide. It's just a little bit out there. But I think it's better.
Ooh.
I find that tree immediately. I was going for a little skip shot there, right at the base
You really
of the
got to
tree.
hug it if you want to. Yeah. I did that in singles round too. It's tough.
Yeah.
Avery also hugged
Avery
it.
just hits that tree as well. We really wanted that birdie in.
Yeah.
It just didn't pan out.
A little aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, they went really long. Wow.
Right here is a great shot. This skips up. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, this hole at USDGC has been changed many times. It's been played as a par 4. It's been played as, well, I guess it's par 4 both times, but the angles have changed. But the green has remained the same, and that Mando has not moved.
Yeah.
And it is a very sawed-off skip shot forehand.
It's
kind of
pretty
like
brutal.
this.
Yeah.
But that's not even close to right enough, is it? Wow.
No, that's probably a 30-footer.
Yeah, so you can go high, which is very difficult and touchy like he's doing here. Is that hit early?
It's a little bit long, I believe.
Oh, wow. So this is your putt for 5?
Yeah. And it just, I never gave it
low.
anything. It was just...
Downhill, very difficult putt. Yeah. But this is definitely one of the harder greens to attack, especially if you don't have a forehand on that second one.
And Avery just...
That's not a bad bid. Dang. That's a par you guys definitely want to get there, unfortunately.
It was a birdie we wanted to get, and it just did not pan out.
Yeah.
And, great guys, honestly.
So they finished the round, I believe, at 1 under?
Yeah, I believe so. 1 over.
1 over, my apologies. So the hot round in D2 was actually 12 under par, which is better than, I think, any of the D1 rounds as well.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy to think about that. You guys had a tough round, but, you had a good par stretch in there at some point.
It was...
A lot of things could have broke your way. Could have been a
100%.
better round. So how was your Nationals experience?
It was great. I loved it.
Wasn't it a fun time?
Yeah, super fun.
I mean, even if you aren't competing for that top spot, I think just the camaraderie of playing college disc golf as a whole is a great time.
100%.
So we have a couple of thank yous to dish out.
Oh, yeah.
We got to thank Nick Puttycomb, as always, being the best sponsor in the game, editing videos. Caleb Martin over here, also in the room, editing videos, and came out to South Carolina with us. That 12-hour drive. Just to be out there with the boys and doing some great work. We would also like to thank our Illini Disc Golf Club as a whole. Go listen to our podcast, like, share, subscribe. Anyone you want to thank, Liam?
I want to thank Nick especially. Nick drove me to Nationals and back. So, I mean, what other club sponsor does that?
None is the answer, actually.
Exactly.
But yeah, so also thank you to College Disc Golf for hosting such a fun event.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you guys had a blast. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Trifox Disc Golf for helping sponsor the club as well. And I think that's about it.
I think so.
Awesome. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.
That was pretty clean.